What is up YouTube? This is AVAULT here, back in today with you guys another new Speed Duel deck profile video. And today, as you guys probably saw from the Speed Duel match recently, we were playing the Heavy Metal Raiders deck against the Harpies Amazonas Tribal Synergy. And here is the deck profile as I promised for you guys right here. So let's just before we get right into it, once again thank you so much for Master Shield for their awesome playmat right here. If you guys want to get one for yourself, highly recommend one of these. Really good quality rubber cloth, and also like they're stitched at the very edges, which gives it even greater protection and longevity and durability for usages. And just really nice quality playmat, like just your typical cloth rubber playmat. You can even use it for a mouse pad or anything you guys want, which is really cool. So be sure to check out the link in the description down below. I will provide a link directly to the website. And if you guys want to save 25%, be sure to enter the code AVAULT25 in there, so you guys can save 25% from when purchasing this playmat right here. So really epic. Highly recommend you guys to check them out. So as always, we're going to do a quick sleeve review as well for our Heavy Metal Raiders deck. We are using these link ring sleeves. I guess they're just like machine-y, I mean not really cyber-y, but like cyber-like I guess in a way, and just plain in black that matches the Heavy Metal Raiders very well overall. So yes, of course, you know, talking about Heavy Metal Raiders, a really cool skill that we got right here from Scars of Battle, I believe, if I remember. Yeah, this came out from the set of Scars of Battle, and you guys always been asking me in the channel, requesting for me to do this deck profile as well as a Speed Duel match of this, showcasing you guys. And yeah, I apologize why it took a long time. I really felt like Heavy Metal Raiders, this deck overall wasn't strong enough when it initially came out from Scars of Battle. It really needed the extra cards that Trials of Kingdom provided, and also different cards that people were more playing to provide this meta a little bit of a wider range of a different pool, which actually I will go into more detail with those cards I felt like that really bumped up this deck to be much more playable and much more viable. Just so you guys know as well, it's not something that's highly competitive, but it's definitely something that's fun and much more consistent and pretty strong at times to play with for sure. So yeah, what does Heavy Metal Raiders do? You guys seen it in the Speed Duel match. Most of you guys know already what the skill does, but I'll just quickly give a general rundown what it does. First time, a Dark Machine monster would be controlled, but you would be destroyed by battle. It's not destroyed, and if you took damage, it basically gains that equal amount of attack as long as this card stays on the field. And it basically bumps up your machine monsters to be really strong and really hard to deal with for your opponent, because they basically have to attack with 2 monsters in order just to get rid of one of them. And also, you know, when you destroy an opponent's monster or card on the field with a Dark Machine type effect or by battle of some sort, you can basically special summon any Dark Machine type, I believe, any Dark Machine type, right? Yeah, special summon 1 Dark Machine monster from your hand directly on the field, even in the battle phase, so that you can even swing in for another attack. So there are some cases that it can this deck can really provide a very powerful, surprising OTK to your opponent, that the element of surprise that they wouldn't have expect sometimes in different scenarios. But anyways, without going too much on the beginning introductions with all the skills, let's just go right into the monsters right here. 2 Battle Dragons, it's your boss monster of the deck. You guys can see it from the deck profile, makes total sense. And just so you guys know, it is a Bandit Keith skill, and it's his ace monster. It's just really good. It works well with the skill. You can mainly you want to special summon it from your hand with the skill effect, but also if you pop monster on the field with Battle Dragon's effect, you can also special summon another machine type monster from your hand. Next, we're playing 3 Blast Spheres. Blast Spheres effects can't work with Heavy Metal Raiders, I believe, because it does say a monster you control, and when Blast Sphere is equipped to an opponent's monster, it's counted as an equipped spell already, so it's not like a monster anymore. But I'm pretty certain in the ruling that it doesn't apply. But if you guys have a different opinion, or you guys feel like it's different, or you guys know the actual rule, let me know in the comment section down below. But you know, for safekeeping, I played it as if it wasn't allowed. anyways. Next, we play 3 Dekoichis. Dekoichis basically help you get your draw power back. I have mentioned Heavy Metal Raiders. You get 1 less card in the beginning of the duel when you draw, which is quite a huge disadvantage, especially during this Scars of Battle era. Card advantage in Speed Duel is still such a huge thing. Dekoichi did came out in Scars of Battle as well, but it wasn't enough. There's another card that I will mention later on that will be much better. Anyways, moving on with other monster lineup, we do play triple Cyber Raider. I had tried testing this deck with helping Robo Hand in combat before, but it just doesn't work well with this deck at all, simply because it's a light attribute. It doesn't get the effect from Heavy Metal Raiders, and it just doesn't work great, even though despite it has a 1600 attack, which is pretty neat. But Cyber Raider is still pretty good. I mean, when your opponent plays Kunai or any annoying equipped spells, you can really just steal it and destroy them as well. Stop any stall decks that play Mask of I can't remember what's it called. Mask of the Curse, yes, and basically get rid of them. It can also get rid of Blast Spheres. It can also get rid of Parasites as well. So Cyber Raider is definitely the more way to go. I hope it had higher attack, but 14 is okay. Most of all your monsters are really just 1400 attack. So last but not least, one more monster we do play is Magician of Faith. The only one single monster is simply because you just want to grab Heavy Metal Raiders back from your graveyard, just in case if it does get pop off, because without it, this deck is very, very difficult to win. Heavy Metal Raiders is 100% your win condition and providing you all your power in the early game, mid game, and late game overall in the entire duel that you guys play. Also, the other thing I want to mention, because Blast Sphere and Dekoichi, you guys probably know already, just combo very well together. Not in the sense where they interact with each other, but simply because you're just setting it. And it really makes your opponent guess and have to be very careful and not overextend or over attack and be too aggressive, because so you can set your Blast Sphere and they run into it, then it's a gain for you because you get to pop their monster and inflict damage. And then you also get to play the Koichi face down. That's really the main goal as well. And it really just makes them have to think twice and guess and just not too sure and play mind games with them. And you can sometimes set at the Koichi, making them think it's a Blast Sphere, so that they'll actually become more respectful. And even the Koichi is attacked into while face down. It'll flip face up. You get to draw 1. It doesn't get destroyed by battle once because of Heavy Metal Raiders, which makes it just really, really good. Blast Sphere, again, you just always want to use its effect at all times to equip and destroy their monster and then inflict damage. So that rounds up the monsters. Quite a heavy monster lineup. This deck overall is 21 cards in total, which I will tell you guys again, because there's a lot of draw power that helps you replenish cards from your deck to your hand. So it makes total sense to me to play a 21 card deck, and some of you guys might just want to play a 20 instead. That's totally up to you guys. It works well. You can take out 1 Cyber Raider in exchange just to play a 20, which is definitely viable too. Next, moving into our spells, this is the main spell I do want to talk about, which did came out in Trials of Kingdom, Iron Draw. We didn't get to use it too much in the Speed Duel match, but there's many duels that I tried and practiced on that this card is just really, really great, especially just getting your resource back from drawing and putting yourself back into a much more advantageous position simply because you missed your 1 less draw card. And Iron Draw simply just, it's very straightforward. If you control exactly 2 machine effect monsters and no other monsters, you just draw 2 cards. And you can only use this effect once per turn. Drawing 2 cards is just great. You dig deeper into the cards you need and set up even more powerful. Next, I do play 2 Night Beams. I prefer Night Beams over Dust Tornadoes in the main deck, simply because this is just much faster. In the same turn, you want to get rid of the Floodgates just quicker before you actually use your Heavy Metal Raiders effect to summon more monsters, or if you bring out Battle Dragon or any other monsters, you just really want to get rid of their back row before then setting a Dust Tornado and wait for an extra turn, because you do want to go as aggressive as you can sometimes in the early game. Next, moving on to our traps. Best trap in the current game, 2 Floodgates, makes total sense. We do play 2 Kunais just for more extra attack boosts. Most of our machines are 1400 attack, so it's kind of low, so we do want to bring some Kunais to help even out the attack or bring it into higher attacks, even with combo with Heavy Metal Raiders. Put your opponent's monsters in defense and run over them so that you can easily proc Heavy Metal Raiders special summoning effect. Last but not least, we do play one jar of avarice just to round off to replenish your resources if you dig too deep or run into a very grindy game overall. So yes, once again, a 21 card main deck, and we'll move on to the side deck. So for the side deck, I do play 2 Ally of Justice Core Destroyer, just simply because if you just run into any like light attribute monsters, it's just a good monster to play and to destroy into your opponent. Also simply because it's a dark and machine monster that basically combos very well with heavy metal raiders, and when Ally of Justice Core Destroyer does use its effect to battle into a light monster which destroys it immediately, you can basically summon again Battle Dragon or any dark machine type directly from your hand, which is really great. For more back row removal, 2 Dust Tornadoes, just in case if you are dealing with anything that you have to be more reactive, like against the parasites or field spells that are really annoying. 1 Blast Help by Attribute, of course, as self-explanatory, because people do play a slightly more tribute summonable monsters currently in the meta and in the format, simply because of Floodgate Trap Hole. And then last but not least, 1 Waking the Dragon, which does lead us to an extra deck because of this card. And you guys know what this card does already, which is really, really powerful if it does get hit by any backward removal. So 1 Alligator with Sword, 1 Meteor Bee, as always, 1 Ryu Senshi. All these cards can be summoned with Waking the Dragon, and 2 Arcana Knight Jokers, and then of course 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon right here. So this basically rounds off the entire deck profile. 21 cards in the main deck, 6 side and 6 in the extra deck overall. There's nothing really much I would change in this deck. I would really keep it the way it is. I hope you guys enjoy it, but be sure to use my deck profile as a resource to build your own. Let me know in the comment section down below what other cards you guys might suggest, or even what other cards you guys think should be coming into Speed Duels that will really, really help elevate this deck to make it even more highly viable in terms of the competitive scene. Of course, once again, you guys keep in mind that this deck is not super highly competitive. I would give it around like a tier 2 or 3 type of deck that can be played, but you know, depending on the matchup, sometimes it can go very, very well. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed the deck profile, be sure to hit that like button. If you guys haven't seen the Speed Duel versus match yet, be sure to check that out as well to see this deck in action and how powerful it can be at times. So yeah, be sure to watch those other videos and also check out the other Speed Duel videos on the channel as well. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. We'll see you in the next video, and this is AVAULT signing out.